being over there for apparently some sort of nerd reason. But anyway, I don't know if any of y'all are here. Like I said, beer mammal. Thanks for stopping by, and Quebec mammal. Like I said, I appreciate everyone who's come by. Yeah, I am just so super excited for this. This is a this is a great this is a great thing, and been looking forward to this for months now, actually. So, oh hi, fear mammal, and hi, Annabelle. Thank you so much for coming. Annabelle Mammal, thank you so much for coming, and Fear Mammal, and Misty Mammal, welcome. Welcome, Misty Mammal. Welcome to the bridge of Bob's nerd dream. You know what? I will take that. Yes, this is my absolute nerd dream, to be on the bridge of the USS Enterprise. So, Desiree, thank you so much for coming. So, yes, this is great. Um, oh, Magnolia Mammal, thank you so much for coming, and Rhino Mammal, thank you so much for coming out. Hi, Magnolia. Hi, Rhino. Appreciate you making it. So yes, we are yes. No, Joe, we are not in our living room made up to look like the bridge of the Enterprise. We are in orbit of Earth. And we are two raptors who have taken over the Starship Enterprise, and it is absolutely amazing. Yeah, kind of no talking him down. So if you ain't into Star Trek, just roll with it. Yeah. So actually, technically, the 54th anniversary of Star Trek was actually on Tuesday, but it's still. I think it is. I think it is still appropriate and whatnot. But yeah, Bob has been talking about this, I think, since June. He had the chair for a while, but then he had this helm set made. So we're sitting at the helm here, and then having everything else made up here. So you know it's it's just pretty amazing. Yeah. So oh yeah, fear memo. That would be awesome if you got Carl up here. And oh, and Vivi, you are hooked on my voice. Oh, and mine too. Hey, that's very nice. So yeah, Rhino Mammal. Like I said, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but I definitely admire the work and the time and the effort that Bob put into this. Bob put into this little endeavor here. Um, so yeah, like I said, we are doing this. It's just pretty amazing. Hey, Disfinity Mammal, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate that. Oh, hi, Disfinity Mammal. So, Magnolia Mammal. Yeah, this is something. This is something that I had actually been working on, just like little bits at a time, like Captain Kirk Mammal's chair. I've had that for a while, but like you said, just the pieces kind of came together. I got this as a kit, and it was like you said, it was all white, so I had to paint it and whatnot. It is not completely perfect, but very cool. Hey, Annabelle Mammal, thank you so much for that super chat. Really do appreciate that. So yeah, that's very nice. So yeah, and Fear Memo, you were saying that kind of at war with the new kitten and Carl. Oh, Carl Memel, seriously, you really do not want to, eat a cat Memel. That is not okay. Like it is much easier to just give a Memel some paper rectangles and have a burger. Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know, the Master of Beer is our friend. Got an awesome channel, and he's got a little dino named Carl. Again, part of his channel. Go check him out. I think that's cool. So yeah, for sure. Um, yes, Rhino Memel. The Enterprise, the 1701 is definitely faster than the DeLorean. Yeah, instead of being like 88 miles an hour. Yes, I think that we could probably hit like warp 8.4, 8.5, maybe push it up to 8.8 in a Constitution class. All right, now that's just pure nerd, but all right, we'll roll with it. So, hey Anna, I'm crazy. Welcome to our special Star Trek 54th anniversary live stream. Really do appreciate you making it in. Oh, hi, Anna Mammal. So glad you're able to make it. So yeah. So I am so excited. And Watertown Memo, thank you so much for coming. Oh, hi, Watertown. Thank you so much for coming. Appreciate you making it. So this is Bob's Ultimate Nerd Fantasy live stream. It is our special 54th anniversary of Star Trek, and Local John, thank you so much for coming. Oh, hi, Local John. Appreciate you dropping by. Yeah. So anyway, now that a lot of you are here, I am so excited. Um, like Star Trek is one of my favorite things. It is probably one of the most significant significant pieces of sci-fi. I think that a lot of modern sci-fi, descends from Star Trek in some capacity. Oh, hi, Dr. Tastegood. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, Dr. Tastegood, hello. But yes, um, I cannot deny the importance of Star Wars. And again, don't I am not one of those raptors who likes loves Star Trek and hates Star Wars. I think there is a room for all of that in our in our hearts and consciousness. Um, but yeah, like I was thinking about some of my favorite episodes with the original series with William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and DeVoris Kelly. And I have to say, one of my favorite episodes is um, I would have to say one of my favorite episodes is has got to be Mirror Mirror. Oh, ain't that the one where there's like evil Spock that's got like a beard and stuff, and they're like kind of evil versions of them. Well, and that's the thing. Yes, it is another universe, so they are like another, parallel universe where everything is the same and yet different. I would argue that it is not necessarily that, Spock is necessarily evil. He is the same Spock, but like in a world or a society that is that is more, that values brutality over compassion, and Spock is simply adapting to that. um wow, Bob, that's deep. Annabelle says she's thinking about the one where the Kirk mammal kisses green mammals. And it's funny you should mention that, Anna mammal. Um, the green mammal specifically. Make no mistake, the Kirk mammal kissed a lot of mammals that were like both human and alien, like on many occasions. But the green mammal, she was actually in the first pilot episode, The Cage, or they also had one. She was actually Vina, who was actually Captain Pike's love interest. Um, but I do not think that Captain Kirk would be above the idea of of dating an Orion mammal. All right, again, that's a high level um, thing of minutia there. Yeah, so that is true. And then yes, Annabelle, you are correct. That episode was in season 3 of Star Trek, Plato's Stepchildren. Um, and I remember seeing that interracial kiss, and I was like, oh, all these mammals are like, ooh, that's a big deal. And I'm thinking, I mean, they're mammals. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even a huge deal in that, like they are still like the same species. I mean, like, um, I was thinking about the episode of Cat's Paw, where you know, um, Kirk ended up like kissing a mammal that turned out to be like this little creature, little puppet thing. Oh, hi, Brino. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, and Bob is doing some high level nerdism here. Jason Claimers, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate that. Um, Epic Roadblocks Gamer, yeah, that do appreciate that. And um, yeah, Annabelle Memel, you are correct. Uhura was supposed to do that interracial kiss with Spock, the Spock mammal, um, and as um, it was it turned out to be that Shatner wanted to have the notoriety there, so it turned out to be Shatner, but in the original draft, it was originally going to be Spock, which again, like whatever, they were all humans, so yeah, that's what I'm saying, but yes, definitely huge. So um hey, Kaida Mammal, thank you so much for coming, really appreciate that. Oh, hi, Kaida, thank you so much. And Billy Mammal, um yeah, like, it's unfortunate that we are not in the transporter room, we are not able to beam you up. Wow, Joe, I am impressed. Yes, we cannot use the transporter from the bridge. This is not the next generation, and we do not yet have site-to-site transport. So we would have to go to the transporter room in order to beam you up, and I do not have a transporter room, but still, very cool. Hey, 2020 Mammal, thank you so much for coming, and thank you so much for wading through all them ads. That's pretty hardcore. Appreciate that. And Gambler Mammal. Oh, hi, Gambler Mammals. Thank you so much for coming. Yes. So for those of you who are just coming in, this is a very, very special moment for me. We are celebrating the 54th anniversary of Star Trek on the bridge of the USS Enterprise, NCC 1701. Yeah, as the Scotty Mammal said, no bloody A, B, C, or D. And as of now, E or NX01. Yeah, again, that's nerd talk, and I actually kind of had to work to even remember that one line. Yeah, Joe has been preparing for this. He has been watching Star Trek diligently, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate the accommodation. But this is something I have been really wanting to do for a while. So So yeah, as you can see, Joe is typically on this side, but I am at the helm. I am driving the Enterprise, and Joe is at the navigator station. So I am where Mr. Sulu would sit as he was driving the ship, and Joe is over here at Chekhov's spot. Yeah, all right. Again, I kind of was like, I was just gonna go over here to my usual spot, and Bob was like, no way, you ain't allowed over here. I'm like, Bob, what the heck? It's like, I didn't realize this kind of stuff mattered. Yes, it does matter. This is the helm. So yes, I am driving. You will notice though on the next generation Enterprise, um, um, Wesley Crusher was at the helm frequently, and the helm was on the other side. Data was not technically driving the ship at the operations station on next gen, but yeah. Oh, hi, Shelby Cray Cray Mammal. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, Shelby Mammal, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate that. And I know, like you said, that it's a super challenge while you are at work and whatnot. That is definitely appreciated. Again, the love and support that you all give us is really beyond appreciation. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, Billy Mammal. Warp speed. Yeah. Right now we are kind of like in a standard orbit type of situation because we do not want to get too far away, so we can still stream. Yeah. So hey, Oki, thank you so much for coming. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you coming by. Um, yeah, Master of Fear. You were saying evil alien shark. Um, that is interesting. And in fact, they were not really sharks, but in Star Trek Enterprise, there were the aquatics of the Xindi. Um, you know, but that was really, I think, the only time we ever really encountered like an aquatic species. Yeah, largely because they couldn't like make a mammal like look like you know an aquatic thing or whatnot, but still very cool. Yeah, so local John, thank you so much. Like I said, this is something I have been working on for a while. Like I said, I'm just happy to have it. Um, Unfortunately, Captain Kirk's chair is designed more for mammal than Raptor. You know what, Okie Mammal? We will definitely check out your video after we get done here. Bob has been absolutely obsessed with this project. So you know, we we kind of haven't been getting to videos kind of the way we've been wanting to today. So Billy Mammal, yes. Yeah, like you said, the Raptors have taken over the ship, so it is just Joe and I, and we are in standard orbit. Like you said, ship is on standby, but there is nobody there's nobody here. But Spock station is like over here, and Uhura station is back here, and then this is the Kirk Mammal's chair, and then like I said, I am sitting where Mr. Sulu sits, and Joe is sitting where Chekhov sits. Of course, Chekhov did not show up until at least season 2. So throughout season 1, there was just a variety of different navigators. Wow, Bob. Again, high level nerd. Hey, David Mammal, thank you so much for coming. Oh, David, so glad you are able to make it. Again, this is our very special 54th anniversary special live stream celebrating the 54th anniversary of Star Trek. And like I said, I have been looking forward to this for a while. But yeah. Hey Bob, Fear Mammal saying he never watched Star Trek much. He was more into Star Wars. And like you said, nothing wrong with that. I will say though that if Star Trek had not been successful, had mammals not been thinking about sci-fi, I do not know if Star Wars could have been made. So it is one of those, um, if not for, if not for this moment, in TV history where, um, they decided to do that, if that would have been possible. So, um, oh, Mrs. Itch Mammal, thank you so much. Do appreciate that. And, oh, Mrs. Itch Mammal, thank you. And yes, this is it. This is the ultimate expression of Bob nerdism. Like you said, I have my. See, I said it, Joe. I'm admitting this is my extreme nerdism. Well, at least you face fact, Bob. Yes, we are on the bridge of the USS Enterprise, and it is awesome. Um, you know, but anyway, but yes, yeah, Bob has been like it's been like all day. He ain't been talking about much of anything else. So, oh, David Memo, you said you got to meet James Doohan in Edinburgh. I wish I had the chance to. Like I have heard wonderful things about him. One fun fact about that is, you know, both the Scotty mammal and the Chekhov mammal completely faked their accents. Like, James Doohan, was not at all Scottish, which again, I'm sure that David would be like well aware of. It's kind of like every, stereotype that, Americans in the 60s had about, about that. And the same thing with, Pavel Chekhov, Walter Koenig. I did have the chance to meet him. Very nice mammal. He is definitely getting up there in years now. But it was very nice to see him. Oh, so fear mammal, you're saying the cyborgs. Bob, you wanna help me out here because I'm kind of lost. Okay, fear mammal, that is so awesome. Yes, the cyborgs or the Borg are one of the most fearsome adversaries that we have ever faced in the Star Trek universe. They did not show up until season 2 of Star Trek: The Next Generation in an episode called Q Who, where Q, which is a super powerful alien being, flung the Enterprise into the path of this really powerful ship, and then the Borg came to Earth and tried to turn it into tried to turn all of humanity into cyborgs too, and it was pretty hardcore. Oh, hi, Trip Mammals. Thank you so much for coming. Trip Mammals, so glad you were able to make it. Oh yeah, that's nice. So yeah, that is amazing. Um, and actually, it would have been very interesting, I think, to see how that was an idea that did not happen until the 90s, but I think that would have been a very interesting story point to see, had the Federation, which is Captain Kirk and company and Starfleet, had they encountered the Borg earlier, how would Kirk and company have dealt with how would they have dealt with the Borg, yeah, for sure. um I don't really remember none of that. No, David, you're talking about Seven of Nine and Hugh. Weren't they in Star Trek Picard? Yes, they were. They are former Borg drones that have been liberated. And yes, you can see them in Star Trek Picard. But yes, the but the Borg themselves very powerful cyborg hive mind species, which is interesting. I think in one draft I remember reading that they were actually wanted to make the Borg be not cyborgs but insects, and it it did not work out. Um, so it was not possible with the makeup and the budget that they had in 1991. So um, oh, that is awesome, Mrs. Hitchmammal. All right, um, so Fear Mammal, you were saying that the Borg are kind of like zombies. In a way, yes. Like you said, the single individual is controlled by the hive mind. So in that way, yes, they kind of seem just like a zombie or an automaton. But yeah, very interesting. Hey, Dandy Main New. Hi Dan. I hope Bob ain't pronouncing your name too bad. Thank you so much for coming. Yeah, thank you so much, Dan. Really appreciate that. Um, so, um, oh, very interesting question, Billy Memel. Klingons or Romulans? Um, kind of interesting. Um, that the Klingons um, were viewed as like somewhat treacherous here in the 23rd century, and the Romulans were somewhat viewed as honorable. And by the time of the 24th century, that almost switched. You have honorable Klingon warriors and treacherous Romulans, and I suppose that's just a matter of opinion. Um, you know, I do think that the Star Empire is a very interesting thing. Like you said, there's more to it, especially given that the Romulans and the Vulcans were once were once the same um, species, and they split up. So so that was very fascinating to hear and understand. But yeah. Hey, Bean Mammal, thank you so much for coming. Oh yeah, hey, String Bean. And again, if I have missed any of you because I am going total nerd, I do apologize. Um, like I said, that is just that is just kind of how it goes. So yeah. Yeah, and Mrs. Itchmammal, you were talking about having a scratch coin. I would be so excited to see. Now, I like how the itch mammals have their own, like, the state of Minnesota, but the Mrs. Itch coin is like the other side. Yeah, and it is interesting. I was actually thinking about that. The Mrs. Itch side um, of the scratch coin, um, the way that coin is set up, um, it would be it would be um, like if you were to orient the map from the southern hemisphere, and like, because why are maps the way we think of them? It's because the Earth's magnetic pole, and it is north. Oh wow, Brino Memel and 2020. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, we really do appreciate the paper rectangles And Brano, I totally get your meaning. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do not, but that is okay. Um, so yeah, there is like pumpkin, all sorts of pumpkin spice things that again, um, Joe and I admittedly have very different opinions on, and you know, it is uh, it is just kind of it is just kind of you know, yeah. I don't care about no pumpkin spice. No, wait, like pumpkin is all right. I thought that Mountain Dew Voodoo tasted like pumpkin. No, I thought it was like citrus or something. I do not know. But when you have a mystery flavor, I guess that is what happens when you have raptors that do food reviews. So, Bob, um, any chance we could possibly review some of the replicator cuisine here on the Enterprise? Unfortunately, we do not have a replicator or a food synthesizer station here on the the bridge. Um, we should do a Klingon cook up. Anyone fancy some gok? I don't have the slightest idea what you're talking about, David. Ooh, I do. And it is interesting because we have humanized it by cooking it. Gok is Klingon food, for those of you who do not know. They are best served live. That you can have it. But, again, the idea of like fresh, you know, oh, fresh meat. All right. Well, hey, I'm all about that. I would totally pound some gok. Yeah. Um, so, oh, fear memo, an evil alien shark. That is interesting. Uh, oh well, we'll have to check and see. That sounds like fun. So oh yeah, that is an interesting question, Trip Memmels. So David, yes, what do you think about Marmite and Gach? Yeah, we ain't never tried no Marmite. You know, um, I think I think it'd be fun to just try something new and exciting. So yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, Joe, I think there is something that you would like from the Star Trek universe, in addition to um, like delicacies, like yes, you would like Klingon Gok and probably Romulan ale. Ale. All right, it's got my attention. Yeah, it is like illegal in the Federation. Huh. Even more got my attention. So, all right. So you think I'd love Marmite? So it tastes like meat or cheese. I'm game for that. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Um, but but yeah. Um, truth be told, I probably put a lot of my efforts into this project of creating the bridge because I really miss going to um, Comic Cons and whatnot. That was really fun. If you look at some of my really old videos, you will see I've done Comic Cons. I had like my Proton Pack on. Yeah, I ain't never done no Comic Con, but again, it's one of those. If it makes Bob this happy, who am I to argue? You know what I mean? Seriously, like this is just the absolute happiest I've seen Bob in a while. So, um, Interesting. So it has Marmite has its own taste. So, yeah, that is unfortunate. That it is not something that is easily accessible here. Well, Bob, there's a lot of prey that we'd probably be more apt to be doing here. Um, but y'all like don't don't do it because it's you want to go to Dollar General. Well, Dollar General is close and it is convenient. Yeah, but they don't have a whole lot of selection of prey. Oh, yeah, that is true. I will concede that point. So, yeah, so Mrs. Itch Memmel, our friends the Trips have explored like both of these in a little bit more detail. Um, Vegemite is like Australian, and Marmite is more like the UK. They both have their own. They both have their own. Um, they both have their own. Um, merit and whatnot, and subtleties and differences. Um, but but yeah, basically, I think it's safe to say they are both along the similar lines. So, um, Annabelle wants to know how many paper rectangles it's gonna cost to get you a transporter room, Bob. Oh, I do not know. I would love to have a transporter room. There are, yeah, like the transporter room, the briefing room, the engineering section. I mean, it would be like I'd love to be able to just walk around the ship, but as it is, just having the bridge here is just awesome. So, but yeah. Oh, so Brino, you said you had Vegemite a few times, gotten used to it, haven't had it in a while. So, Brino, your opinion, what do you think? Would I like, you don't know nothing about the Marmite, but would you think I'd like Vegemite? I don't know, Joe. Hey, Phil Memmel, thank you so much for coming. And by the way, thank you for all of your wonderful support. We really do appreciate that. Um, so yes, this is our 54th anniversary celebration of uh, of, uh, of Star Trek, and it is and this is something again I've been talking about doing in live streams for a while, probably since June, but I am really glad that I'm able to go ahead and actually do it. Yeah, so Bob has been like obsessed about this for like a long time. Yeah, like I said, this is just this is probably very similar to our friend Mrs. Itch Memmel. Like, if you were able to do a live stream in like in Hogwarts or something, like probably is like along those lines. You know, um, don't get me wrong, I totally love like Harry Potter and Back to the Future and Star Wars, but for me, Star Trek was always first. Um, you know, and even though, like you said, like I was like a very small hatchling, watching um, TOS, like the original series before Next Generation came on. But even as a hatchling, I did not appreciate a lot of the nuances and complexity to the show. So but it was great. Oh, hi, Melody. Thank you so much for coming by. Oh, Melody, thank you so much for coming. We really, really do appreciate that. So, so yes, we are here today, celebrating the 54th anniversary of Star Trek. So, um, oh yeah, so Bean Mammal, you had that happen too. We had some YouTube bot asking if you know, um, she was like a mammal saying she was single. Yeah, and I just kind of like ignored that. Like we are raptors. Well, actually, I gone down and asked her if she was a raptor because she was a raptor. Might be Joe. You did not even. Uh, well, yeah, totally. Like if she's a raptor and she's like saying, "Oh, she's single," and she sees the two of us here, and of course she's looking at me because I'm all fit and whatnot. I would totally check out one of the nice raptor ladies. Uh, Joe, you know, it's a good thing that there are not more raptors because you would fall for that trick. It could be just a mammal pretending to be a raptor now. So, like, oh, hey, fluffy mammal, thank you so much for coming. Oh, fluffy bearded mammal, thank you so much for coming in. We really, really do appreciate that. So, um, Billy was asking Bob, are you going to do a live stream from the Millennium Falcon? Ooh, that is a fun idea. Um, I don't know. I am not close to it. What do you think? Um, you know, um, I I don't really much care, Bob. Like I said, I mean, if it makes you this happy, then sure, why not? Yeah, I would have to think about how I would do this because again, the Star Trek bridge just kind of came together, just a little bit at a time, for my 7-inch plastic mammals, and it just worked out pretty well. So you know, but yeah, like I would totally be cool with doing like anything sort of like Star Wars themes. So yeah. Oh, so Fluffy Memel, yes, here we are on the bridge of the USS Enterprise, 1701. Yeah. What'd you say, Bob? What was your nerd thing? This ain't our living room, but we're like in Earth orbit or something. Yeah, daggone right. That would be awesome. So um bean mammal. Yeah, bean mammal. You're so freaking awesome. That's just amazing, Joe. We have. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Anyway, um, since y'all are here, I do have to plug it. Um, you might want to you might want to check out the might want to check out the members only section of our channel with exclusive content helmed by me. For we do have for as little as 2 paper rectangles a month. We got you know how should we say less family friendly videos, and for the Joe After Dark levels, you we have a weekly live stream. Let's just say Bob guest starred in that live stream, and we had a lot of fun. Um, if you get to be members, you'll see why. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that is ostensibly true, Annabelle. Um, so we're talking about, you know, anyway, like I said, I'm done, done self promoting. All right, Joe. Yes, yeah, that is cool. Like you said, and if you do, if you are a fan of Joe and would definitely like to see some Joe content, do check Joe out. But So anyway, I don't really much care, and Bob is like obsessed with this. So since there's two of us, we decided we ain't doing the captain's chair. Plus, the chair is a little more suited for mammal than a raptor. But Bob is driving the ship. He's in Sulu's position. Wow, Joe, I'm surprised you remember. I'm navigating. I'm in Chekhov's position. So effectively, Bob and I are driving the Enterprise. We don't need no Captain Mammal to tell us what to do. We're going to do what the heck we want to do. Okay, yeah, that is crude but effective things to but very true. So, oh, Brino Memo, you were saying that they have a recipe for Romulan ale. I would actually love to see that. They had a thing at it was called Romulan ale at the Star Trek Experience, but it was really just like blue beer. Oh, blue beer. Well, hey, I'm cool with that. But I do not think that is really what Romulan ale is supposed to be. But hey, Steven, thank you so much for coming. Hi, Steven. Yeah. This is Bob here, as we're doing the 54th anniversary of Star Trek. So that's yeah, very nice. And in answer to your question, Stephen, I do love Star Wars too. I am a Raptor who likes all kinds of sci-fi. Phil Mammal, if I'm understanding correct, Bob, correct me if I'm wrong. Phil's asking who controls the weapons. Yep, right there. You have control of the phasers and photon torpedoes. Oh, all right, that's cool. Um, but yeah, and boy, Memo, thank you so much for coming. Hey, if I missed you, and because I am like totally nerding out, I do sincerely apologize. Yeah, like I said, for me, Star Trek is my very is the very first thing. I love Star Wars too. They do not have to be mutually exclusive. And totally enjoy them. They are very different things, and I think that a fan of either Star Trek or Star Wars would very much recognize that they are very different things, as opposed to people who just are like, oh, those are like sci-fi shows that start with star. Bob, I think I'm one of them Raptors that would say that at first. However, I have been watching, I have been preparing for this for some time. So yeah, very, very cool. So and like I said, just I hope that one of these days, maybe more like in a video format, we could probably do something more fun in here. Hey, Red December Memo, thank you so much for coming. Yeah, thank you so much for coming by. And Individu Mammal, sorry if I mispronounced your name. Yeah, welcome very much. Thank you so much for coming. Boy, Mammal, you are asking what the sounds are. That is the ambient bridge sound. Like you said, like on the bridge of the Enterprise, you are hearing like the computers and whatnot not going, and you are hearing the viewer and all of that good stuff. So so yeah, like I said, added a degree of realism, I think, to that. So, um, Red December memo. I am so glad you are able to make it. Yeah. By the way, Red December, your dog mammal, Stardust had a hatch day just recently. Yeah. The Stardust dog mammal, is Red December mammal's super smart dog mammal. Um, and very very impressive. Definitely, if you have not checked out our friend Red December, I would strongly encourage you to do so. So, um, so individu. Am I pronouncing that correctly? Yeah. Like I said, appreciate you coming by. For sure. Yeah, and if you are new to the channel, um, you know, and want to see some more, do please like and subscribe. We certainly would like to do that. Hey, Soulless Trenchcoat, thank you so much for coming by. Oh, thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, like I said, so I think you're right on. We're scanning for intelligent mammals. Yeah. So very very cool. So individual lambda, like individual. I'm going to work on that. I will get that. I will get that right. But very very cool. So also, Billy Mammal, first time you saw sci-fi was Twilight Zone. Funny. I did see Twilight Zone. I never really thought of that as really sci-fi. I mean, it just kind of seemed like one of those shows that made you think, but I never really thought of it as like sci-fi. Oh, okay, that helps. Indie Memo. Thank you so much. Yeah. Again, we're sorry. We're raptors who are, our understanding of mammal talk is somewhat limited. Yeah, comical at times, but yes. So Indie Memo, welcome. We definitely do appreciate you. We definitely do appreciate you coming, especially for tonight. Um, so, um, but yeah. Now, Bob, something you were thinking about doing, um, and I think we're gonna have to wait till I think it's July, but you were thinking about doing a uh, a theme where we were doing Ghostbusters. Oh, that is true. I do not have the means to do like a live stream from the bridge of the Millennium Falcon, but I do have the Ghostbusters rooftop, the Gozer Temple. Where the Ghostbusters fought Gozer and Stay Puft um, in the 1984 movie. That would be actually really fun to do a live stream from there. The problem is trying to light it. Um, like I said, we have some good lighting here for our bridge. But and plus, I think everybody who came in here, even if y'all ain't real huge fans of Star Trek, know what this is. You know that this is the USS Enterprise. Yeah. And I am not sure if non Ghostbuster fans or even Ghostbuster fans would necessarily recognize that. So, well, that's interesting. That they did some stuff that was like Western theme or supernatural thing. That's interesting. No, Trenchy Mammal. Oh, very interesting. So, Indy, you were saying what got you into sci-fi was Stargate. That is actually a good movie and a very interesting one too. Um, I did not do much for Farscape. Did not get into that. Um, but um, but yeah. Ooh, you know what? That'd be kind of awesome, Brano. Doing the doing Indiana Jones, like having the having the hat. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. That maybe that is your Halloween costume. Yeah. By the way, Bob and I like we want to do stuff for Halloween big time, and the problem that Bob and I have is exactly the reason why Bob ain't in the captain's chair, and I ain't standing next to him like in Mr. Spock's position, um, because like so many things are designed for mammals, they ain't designed for raptor bodies. So it's very hard for us to find like clothes or costumes that would work out. So, but yeah. And you know what, David? I heard that too about an indie mammal about Farscape. That is something that I would totally like to get into. It does seem like there's a lot of time invested into it. It is kind of like the series Babylon 5. It's kind of more of a like it is Babylon 5 was like a really obscure series from the 90s. But that was a great show, but you had to spend a lot of time and effort to get into. So, Mr. Ham Mammal, you say you're now a raptor mammal hybrid. So I'm guessing you got your teeth fixed so you got pointed teeth so you can actually eat some real meat instead of being like a flat tooth. All right, well, hey, very interesting, Mr. Ham Mammal. Um, oh, see, like captive robots in like Mystery Science Theater 3000. That is funny, December Mammal. That is cool. So, um, oh, Indie Mammal. That is interesting. I did not know that either. Hey, Now Gaming, thank you so much for coming. Oh yeah, thank you for coming. Now Gaming, very nice to see you. So, it is morning where you are. Yeah. If I I don't know what part of the world you're in. Yeah, I think if I am reading the other part of your name correctly that I cannot pronounce, you would be are you in Japan? Um, Bob, I don't know if you can if you can tell from that writing. Like we barely have a hard time understanding like English stuff. Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like I'm trying to learn. So yes, Brian O'Mammal, thank you for reminding everybody. If you are just coming in, please do hit the claws up button and like the live stream. Is very great. So we do appreciate your support and the likes. That really does help us out. So we do appreciate that. So um, so all right, fine. Like that's cool, Mr. Ham. You got normal looking teeth, and other mammals like, oh no, you don't have like flat teeth. And frankly, like I said, I've said this before. Um, you're in traffic. A raptor saying that to a mammal, it's like, get out of my way, flat tooth. I mean, it's like when we say you flat tooth, that's kind of not. It's not terribly rude, but it's not the nicest thing for a raptor to say to a mammal. Yeah, it is ostensibly true, but yeah, like again, especially how you use it. Ooh, indie mammal. Uh, I have seen Galaxy Quest, and that is a super fun movie. Definitely, definitely, very cool. So, Oh yeah, Phil Memmel. If we could have a universal translator, like I said, maybe in the tricorder or in Next Generation, their communicator badges were like had universal translators built in. We could do some amazing stuff. I think the Galaxy Quest really did speak to the idea that like, what if all of this was real? I mean, somehow, some way, the actors and whatnot, and that is impressive. Well, wow. Now, gaming mammal. Thank you so much for coming in. Like I said, you're not even understanding the mammal talk that we got going on here. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Yeah, for sure. Um, do we see the 2017 It movie? I have not seen that one. I have heard a lot of good things about it, but that is not one that I have seen. So, um, but yeah, I think that the if you are fans of the original series Star Trek, you know, yeah, or I think of any sci-fi genre, like especially Star Trek, you are going to appreciate Galaxy Quest. I mean, yes, it does kind of make fun of us fans, be us mammals or raptors, and some of the crazy things that we do, but it is it is all right. Like I again, like Joe says, Joe's like, oh yeah, this is my nerd room. Like, well, fair point, criticism taken. Um, I wear it proudly. You know, um, lots to be said for that. So, well, yeah, I mean, a good parody, no matter what it is, whether it's sci-fi or whatever, can be a good movie. It can be good in and of itself. Yeah, I was actually thinking um, about like Weird Al. He does parodies, but is famous in his own right. Oh, hey, Beverly Mammal, thank you so much for coming by. Oh, Beverly Mammal, so glad you were able to make it. And again, on a very special night for the 54th anniversary of Star Trek. Thank you so much for thank you so much for coming. Yeah, and David, I agree with you. There ain't much wrong with being a nerd. Um, I have to give Bob a hard time about it, but you know what? And I do think it definitely puts us in it definitely we are very different raptors, and I think we would probably not have a very interesting channel if we if we were the same. It would be that'd be something that would be it'd kind of be boring anyway. So um so trip mammals. um I guess the question is, you know bob's uh Bob's nerd room Star Trek bridge worth the trip? Ha ha ha, that is funny, Joe. um but yeah, this is a great is a great recognition of a great show. Oh, Annabelle, you were asking about the Star Trek spin-off series, um, with with the with his name is Captain Cisco. That is called Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and it was started um, after I think season 5 of Next Generation. So season 5 of Next Generation was happening at the same time as season 1 of Deep Space Nine, and then Deep Space Nine ran concurrently while Voyager was on. Deep Space Nine was a great series, a great series. It probably strayed furthest from this vision, from the Gene Roddenberry um, vision of the Star Trek universe. Um, but it was a great show, especially like from season 3 on. Deep Space Nine really found its really found its own way, and yeah, um, definitely very loved show for me. Hey, Rose Mammal, thank you so much for coming by. Yeah, Rose Mammal, so glad you were able to so glad you were able to make it. So yeah, um, I think and Bob, I think you said you met Terry Farrell. Yes, in one of my older videos, I, um, I got to meet Terry Farrell at Steel City Comic Con in Pittsburgh. She was Lieutenant Commander Dax, um, and she was super nice. You know, it was great. And you know what? Annabelle's saying she liked the Voyager too. Now, I'm sorry, Bob. They're starting to blur a little bit for me. Yeah, Voyager was like it after season 7 of Next Generation ended, which again at the time I was salty that Next Generation ended. It really I kind of resented Voyager for like trying to take its place. Um, but but it was fine. So um, hey, Melody Mammal, thank you so much for coming by. I really do appreciate that. So yeah, Melody Mammal, have a great night. And Rose Mammal, I'm so glad you are here. That is very nice. Yeah, Rose Mammal. Um, glad you decided to come and see raptors on the bridge of the USS Enterprise NCC 1701. Yeah. Dynamite Meme, thank you so much for coming. Oh yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming by. Yeah. So yeah, Phil Memo, Captain Janeway of USS Voyager. That was again another show. It took me a few seasons to actually get into it, and probably even more about like I probably appreciated it more after it was gone, which is kind of sad. David's asking, what did you think of Enterprise? Now, ain't this the Enterprise? No. There is a show called Star Trek Enterprise, which is set like 70 years or so before. So, hey, Howard Mammal, thank you so much for coming. Oh, hi, Howard Mammal. Hope you Matlock Mammals are doing particularly well. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. So yeah, David, in answer to your question, again, it's another show that I kind of came to appreciate more after. Like it was very difficult to watch Enterprise. Like it was on at strange times, and I had to work at the time, and it was just something that I just could not not get into. So Indie Mammal, remember a show called My Name is Earl. Oh, I have heard of that, but I have not. I have not actually seen that one. Oh, Howard Mammals. So glad you got the Joe chips. Yeah, we didn't. Bob, I sent the Matlock Mammals um, some of our poker chips, and got another one out to the Fear Mammal today. Um, but like I've been totally behind on getting poker chips sent out. Yeah, well, hopefully we got that. Hopefully we got that fixed up. So, oh yeah. So again, that is another one. It could be a very very interesting show. Is My Name is Earl. Yeah, and I think you are right about that, Indie Memo. That Star Trek was able to do things like something that I kind of do not like about modern sci-fi shows, like Doctor Who is trying to talk about a social message or something, and um, Star Trek did like social messaging, but did it in a very subtle way. And it's like, no, that's not at all what we were talking about. And it worked out. It worked out particularly well. So that was definitely something that was cool. Um, Red December Mammal was asking what were you doing when Enterprise was on? You said you had to go to work. Yeah. I was a factory raptor. I was you know making I was helping to make fast food packaging for like Arby's and whatnot. So I had to take the packages, like the French fry containers, off the end of the machine and whatnot, um, which is kind of challenging if you only have three fingers. Wow, Bob, I never knew you did that. Yeah, a lot about me you don't know. So yeah. Indie Mammal, you were asking when was Enterprise on? That would have been, the show ended in 2005, so I want to say it was like 2002 to 2005. It didn't even get a full 7 season run, which was really sad, because it really had a great thing. Oh, I think I know what you're getting at, Indie Mammal, about your French mammal talking about French fry prey. Yeah. So what? I am interested to hear your 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 piece of trivia on that. I was going to say that French fries um, was that as I understand it, French fries, like they are in Belgium. They serve them with mayonnaise. Oh, that sounds interesting. I don't care as long as potatoes is fried, they're fine. Okay, so yes, French fries are actually Belgian, and I remember seeing Belgian fries with mayo and stuff. But yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, and see, I agree with you, David. Like, even if you wanted to do social messaging in Doctor Who, and this is me, I am not going to weigh in on whether I agree or disagree with whatever social messaging. We do not talk about politics on this channel at all. Um, but it needs to be done subtly. I mean, I remember thinking, when I was watching the most recent Doctor Who episodes, that it is about as subtle as like the He-Man Masters of the Universe, like moral of the story, lesson of the day, where they like tell you about it, repeat it twice, and then tell you at the end. So it like hits you over the head with it. Whereas Star Trek, if you are, not even really interested in, you know, like you said, if you are not looking for the social messaging, or if you are watching an episode of the original series and really do not understand the social and political lay of the land in the 1960s, you might even miss what they were going for, and it is still a good story. But if you take away the message, is it a good story? Um, and and that is something that I think that Doctor Who in recent time has not done. Doing social commentary is fine, but you want to be subtle about it. So Indie Mammal's saying that they're called French fries because Belgian mammals speak French, and they have so it's French mammal talk. Yeah, we don't understand French mammal talk, so that is interesting. So and it got that name from soldiers because they were speaking French. So that is interesting. Oh, so that definitely adds to your little pile of nerddom, for sure. That is definitely interesting. So yeah, Chuckles Nemmel, this is our, like you said, this is our very special anniversary of Star Trek live stream. Like you said, we are celebrating the 54th anniversary of Star Trek from 1966. So yeah. Um, Well, and it's so funny, Red December Man, you were talking about social messaging in movies for hatchlings. Like you said, I was a small hatchling watching all of this, watching original series Star Trek, and obviously that went way over my head at the time, but it was still good, and I still appreciated it. Like good writing, has layers to it, and like The Simpsons, yes, they might have something that is kind of spur of the moment, but but yeah, very interesting. So oh yeah. Well, you're talking about the original series theme song. Yeah, it's like, yeah, that is yeah. I am not a raptor who is good at singing, but yeah, that is pretty amazing. Now, see, Bob, you forgot to turn off notifications on your phone. Yes, and you know what? I can totally say that is an incoming subspace message notification on the bridge here, and we can do that. But since we do not have Uhura over at her station, we cannot read said incoming subspace message. So we are just hanging out in standard orbit. But hey, since I got phasers and photon torpedoes over on my side, I could totally get medieval on something here. Yeah, we do not want to fire phasers and photon torpedoes at the Earth. That is not okay, Joe. Oh, well, just saying, could be fun. Yeah. Um, Red December Memo, you are asking what our hatch days are. I do not know what year. Am I a hatchling? Am I 21? Am I 66 million? I really don't know. But my hatch day is June 14th, and Joe's is October 21st. So yeah. But Star Wars theme and the Harry Potter are similar. You know what? That is an interesting idea. I had actually not thought of that, Indie Mammal. um, about them being similar. I mean, yeah, I think kind of in the way that the Super Mammal music and Indiana Jones music are simple are similar too. So, um, oh really? So your hatch day is October 29th. Well, I got to remember that, David Mammal. Joe, you do not remember dates for at all. I don't think you do neither, Bob. You just you know like a nerd. You put it in your computer, and if it ain't in your computer, you're lost. Well, at least it is something. Um, but uh, but yeah, like I said, the uh, the 21st. That is like we need to do something kind of fun for your birthday. So having the same problem with the different themes running together. It's interesting. Speaking of great soundtracks, um, I don't know if any of you mammals have seen the movie the Hunt for Red October, which is a great film. Um, but I love the soundtrack to the Hunt for Red October. That was a great great film as well. Yeah, that's the one with like submarines and whatnot. Oh yeah, that is very cool. So, oh, your hatch day is the same as Leonard same as Leonard Nimoy's. That's kind of interesting. Um, Indie Mammal, no, there is no reference to Red October and Red December. Um, the Hunt for Red October is a movie that is set um, at the end of the Cold War. There is a Soviet submarine that is like super stealthy, and the captain of said submarine, played by Sean Connery, wants to take this super stealthy submarine and defect to the United States. Yeah, which is like kind of odd, but I mean, it's like a fun submarine movie and whatnot. Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely interesting. I do see like inconsistencies, having it be like far fetched and whatnot, but but that was a great movie and a great book. So um, but yeah. All right, Bob. I know you're all super excited about this, but I really do think we're running out of power. Yeah. Um, it is unfortunate that we are really kind of limited in our ability to and how long we can stream to maintain our lighting and to maintain our our phone power. I think we're going to keep going as long as we can, Joe. All right. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'll let you know. You know what? Even better. Captain Nerd Raptor, sir. Our dilithium is failing. Wow, Joe. I'm impressed. What should we do? Steady as she goes, Navigator Joe. Yes, David. Sean Connery. His accent, it's like yes, the Scottish accent, um, just as interesting, and it's very interesting. I saw Hunt for Red October before I saw some of the early James Bond films, so to me, the Sean Connery memo, like I thought of him as like as Captain Ramius from Hunt for Red October, and I was like, what is he doing as James Bond, which is like the complete opposite way that most mammals probably interpreted that because they saw that first. So, um, Hey, Marcus Mammal, so glad you're able to make it. Oh, Marcus Mammal, thank you so much for coming. Yes, I was really, really hoping that of all of our friends that you'd be able to make it. Um, so so yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think you are right to see, like Star Trek. I think also you can see how society has like evolved a little bit since the 60s, but it is definitely much more so visible in old school James Bond movies. You know, how things have changed. So, um, all right, Captain Nerd Raptor, our dilithium is down to 5%. If we do not break orbit and lose contact with YouTube, um, then we will like crash or something. All right, then we have to take the ship out of orbit. Um, anyway, thank you so much for coming. This was a great live stream. Again, I am so glad you were able to join for this very special night for me. Um, we will have a video tomorrow, and we will be live again on Saturday at 7. So very great, and Indy, so glad you were able to come, um, and and yeah. So yeah, live long and prosper, and boldly go where no mammal, no raptor has gone before. Good one, Bob.